Thank you so much. Thank you, ElevateMed, for this award. I am truly humbled and honored. Thank you for the important work that you do to support our future trailblazers in medicine, not only with scholarships, which of course it's so critically important, but also with mentorship and encouragement as they pursue their dreams. I am a testament to what is possible when someone is given the opportunity to meet their full potential. You must blaze your own path and write your own story with the pen that you were given. It's ironic that I'm receiving a Trailblazer Award today, because really that's a mantra that I live by. It's guided me throughout my career and in my life. You must blaze your own path and write your own story with the pen that you were given. I believe that when you are born, you're given a pen with which to write with. The circumstances of your birth, your sex, your race, your country of birth, the family that you are born into, that's the pen that you are given. Some people are born with fancier pens, of course, with which to write with, but it doesn't matter. We are all given a pen, and we all have the opportunity to use that pen to write our own story. So for our future trailblazers in the audience, our medical students, I'm finding out today that we also have high school students, our future innovators in medicine, I hope that my story of using my pen inspires you, and I hope that it inspires all of us to support our next generation. I was born in Sierra Leone, which has been labeled one of the worst places to be born a girl. One of the most dangerous places in the world to become a mother. I was born in a country where, depending on the age group, up to 90% of women have experienced female genital mutilation. A country with one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, high teenage pregnancy, high poverty, the list goes on and on. So it makes you ask yourself, how does a child born in a place like Sierra Leone get to believe that they can write their own story? But not just Sierra Leone. How can a child born into poverty, how can a disadvantaged child overcome the circumstances of their birth and use the pen that they were given to write their own story? How can they make change? I was somehow able to reach my full potential despite the circumstances of my birth, using three qualities: purpose, preparation, and perseverance. I was blessed to be born into a family of trailblazing women. I agree, who runs the world? Girls. I had a grandmother who couldn't go to school because she had to sell fruit in the market to support her family. She watched other kids go to school, but she couldn't. She was crippled by polio. She couldn't read and write, but she somehow taught herself to become a businesswoman, and she was able to educate 6 of her children and make sure they went to school. I had a mother who was born into that poor family. She wanted to become a lawyer in a country that did not have a law school, but somehow she became one decades later, enrolling in the first class and becoming the first female law graduate in Sierra Leone when a law school finally opened in the country. My mother and grandmother had the audacity to believe that the impossible was possible. They didn't let their circumstances of their birth stop them from blazing their own paths and writing their own stories. I escaped female genital mutilation in Sierra Leone, thanks to parents who bucked tradition. I lived the reality of maternal mortality by watching many women die, many family members, or come close to death. My own grandmother nearly bled to death when she delivered and lost her twin sons. When my mother became pregnant with my little sister, I was terrified she would die. I remember sneaking into the car when she went into labor, somehow hoping that if I was at the hospital, I would keep her safe from dying. In fact, it was at that exact moment, in that hospital, at the age of 10, that I knew that I wanted to become the kind of doctor that kept women safe from dying in childbirth. So these experiences gave me purpose, my purpose, to improve the health of girls and women in Sierra Leone and around the world. These experiences prepared me. I knew that becoming a doctor wouldn't be easy, especially for a little girl from Sierra Leone. These experiences made me persevere. There was no medical school in Sierra Leone when I decided to become a doctor. So I immigrated to the US in 1991 at the age of 15. My mom sent me to live with her sister with 2 suitcases full of African shoes and clothes to sell, which we sold for $1,500 in Tallahassee, Florida. She said to me, go to college, study hard, and find a scholarship, because this is all I have to send with you. We used that money to pay for the first year of college at Florida A&M University. Do we have any family rattlers here? All right, we have our rattlers. And I did just that. I had good grades, I found scholarships, and I became a doctor. With the support of scholarships from people like all of you here today, I was able to attend and graduate from medical school at Duke University. Now I still have the loans, but the scholarships helped a little bit. I had the audacity to believe that the impossible was possible. So this is the pen that I was given in life. I was born a girl. I was born in Sierra Leone. On the surface, you might see adversity, but the circumstances of my birth were actually a blessing. I was given a unique opportunity. My background gave me the perspective needed to find my purpose, prepare for it, and persevere to make it happen. I became that doctor and embarked on a career where I have worked for organizations like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, like the World Health Organization, where I have worked in countries all over the world, and where I now work here in Atlanta, in the US, and in Sierra Leone to decrease maternal mortality and fight against female genital mutilation. I co-founded the nonprofit Mama Pikin Foundation, which helped the Ministry of Health in Sierra Leone start the first ever obstetrics and gynecology residency training program in the country in 2021. So that our mothers no longer have to die while giving life. In my lifetime, we are seeing drastic reductions in maternal mortality in Sierra Leone. We have actually cut our maternal mortality by over half in the past 10 years. We are decreasing rates of female genital mutilation. We're making inroads. Our generation is actually making change. I was born as exactly the right person in exactly the right place. The circumstances of my birth were not a curse, they were a blessing preparing me for my purpose. So for all of you, and for all of us, let us support our future trailblazers. This next generation will shape the future of medicine and the future of our world. Let us give each of them the opportunity to reach their full potential. For our future trailblazers, use the challenges of your life, your unique circumstances. The circumstances of your birth are exactly what you need, the exact pen that you need to blaze your own path and write your own story. Thank you.